We are so happy to be joined once again by an incredible power couple. We are here with Dr. Ruth Pauline Plummer, the founder and CEO of the Covenant Daughters television network, and her amazing husband, Bishop Glenn Plummer, the first bishop in Israel. Of Israel.
Yeah, that's right, of Israel.
Welcome to the show, and thanks for being here.
What a joy it is to be with you.
It always is. So
thank you
so much for having us.
Of course. So first, please share with us the significance of the Church of God in Christ and why it's so important that you guys physically moved here in 2020.
You know, one of the easiest ways to remember or say our church is by the acronyms COGIC. So people just remember COGIC, or the Church of God in Christ. But our church in America, we have about 6.5 million members. It's the largest black church in the world, and we're about 115 years old. We're in about 113 countries. But 4 years ago, our church made a very historic decision to formally embrace Israel, to create what we call a jurisdiction, appoint a bishop, and it fell upon me. So we're here to create a relationship, not just for our church, but for Black America, and to create a bridge between Black Americans and Israelis, between Israel and Black America, however you want to say it, and there's about 47 million Black Americans, so we make up about 15% of that population.
Right. I want to get back to that, but first I want to ask you, because here you are, the two of you are like, really, I would vote for you for president in a second. But so you also single-handedly, are reaching out to women. You have your own television network by women, for women. Tell us about the Covenant Daughters television network.
Yeah, so the Covenant Daughters television network is created by women for women. And it's to create 24-hour programming to mentor, to empower, to inspire women to represent their best selves to the world, like I always like to say. And now our goal now is to bring together media professionals to teach, media, to learn all of the, in front or in behind the scenes of media. So we are really having a great time doing that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So explain also what it's been like for you here, and why being here is so important also to your community in reaching out. Are you finding more African Americans learning to be more engaged with Israel and the Jewish people as a result of your being here?
Well, the short answer is yes, actually. But one of the things that we have known for many years that Israelis don't know is there is a very deep-seated love in Black Americans for the Israeli people, for the Israeli story, the biblical narrative of how you came out of slavery, Egypt, 3,500 years ago, and now have your own land, the homeland of the Jewish people. And so we celebrate that.
Yes.
And so naturally, Black Americans celebrate that because we came out of slavery only 160 years ago. So it's very fresh to us.
Yes.
And so we celebrate Israel, we celebrate the story. We know the story real good. Most Black Americans know the story of Israel. And so, but my career before being a bishop, I've been a broadcaster for 40 years myself, and so the two of us realized that the best way to communicate the message of Israel is through electronic media, through the creation of content, television programs, movies, and now you have short videos, on social media and so forth. So we're building a media institute. Television networks, plural. And my wife is leading the one for women. And so we think it's important for our people in the United States to understand the story of Israel, to embrace Israel on a very high and deep level, and so that's why we're here.
So why do you think, though, even there are many African Americans that really don't have access to this information, have access to a lot of dialogue and narratives that we know are not necessarily the true narratives. I mean, I think a lot of people don't realize how many Jewish Americans were involved in civil rights as well. Like, that's not talked about within the community. What is the cause, you think, of that disconnect?
You know, a lot of times, you know, in terms of the disconnection comes with, you can't understand something that you haven't been exposed to. And I think that we have to do a better job at educating on both sides so that we can kind of fill that gap, you know, to bridge the gap together. And that's what our quest is to bridge the gap together, to make sure that we lessen that divide and bring more unity.
We've brought thousands of people
Yes.
Wow.
here. And in fact, my wife is bringing about 150 women.
Wow, when is
here
that
in a few
happening?
months.
Yes, that's going to be in July, and it's called the Women of the Bible Tour, because, you know, as you know, I mean, there are so many phenomenal women in the Bible that have inspired us, and they continue to inspire us today. So I think it's important for them to come and experience the land, the people, and the culture and the God of Israel, to be right here where it all happened. And so they're going to be coming, and we're very excited
Wow,
about
that's
it.
incredible. And you're carrying one of the names being Ruth.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a superhero. Thank you both so much for being here and bringing light to the world and being in Israel to do so. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emily, for having us.
Of course.
Thank
And
you so
happy
much.
holidays to you.
Yeah.